All right, good morning. Here we are, last day in Virginia, and we're doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today is the morning that I'm driving back home to New Jersey, and everyone's gathering right now to say goodbye. We're just before sunrise here, and I got the moon behind me. You can't really see it, but there's a lot of emotion and a lot of gratitude for just being in a space with so many high vibrational people, so many people committed to serving humanity with hearts that are so beautiful and lights that are so beautifully shining. It's an absolute gift, and we're giving it all to you. So today we're doing lesson number 80 of A Course in Miracles. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. So if you were paying attention yesterday, this lesson is like a bonus or extra credit if you weren't quite able to let that set in, that you're going to try to figure out the right problem to solve. Separation. Well, today, let me recognize my problems have been solved is confirming, reaffirming, and assuring that you don't have to suffer. All right, here we go. If you are willing to recognize your problems, you will recognize that you have no problems. Your one central problem has been answered, and you have no other. Therefore, you must be at peace. Salvation, thus, depends on recognizing this one problem and understanding that it has been solved. One problem, one solution. Salvation is accomplished. Freedom from conflict has been given you. Accept that fact, and you are ready to take your rightful place in God's plan for salvation. Your only problem has been solved. Repeat this over and over to yourself today with gratitude and conviction. You have recognized your only problem, opening the way for the Holy Spirit to give you God's answer. You have laid deception aside and seen the light of truth. You have accepted salvation for yourself by bringing the problem to the answer. And you can recognize the answer because the problem has been identified. You are entitled to peace today. A problem that has been resolved cannot trouble you. Only be certain you do not forget that all problems are the same. Their many forms will not deceive you while you remember this. One problem, one solution. Accept the peace this simple statement brings. In our longer practice periods today, we will claim the peace that must be ours when the problem and the answer have been brought together. The problem must be gone because God's answer will not fail. Having recognized one, you have recognized the other. The solution is inherent in the problem. You are answered and have accepted the answer. You are saved. Now, let the peace that your acceptance brings be given you. Close your eyes and receive your reward. Recognize that your problems have been solved. Recognize that you are out of conflict, free and at peace. Above all, remember that you have one problem and that the problem has one solution. It is in this that the simplicity of salvation lies. It is because of this that it is guaranteed to work. Assure yourself often today that your problems have been solved. Repeat the idea with deep conviction as frequently as possible, and be particularly sure to apply the idea for today to any specific problem that may arise. Say quickly, "Let me recognize this problem has been solved." Let us be determined not to collect grievances today. Let us be determined to be free of problems that do not exist. The means is simple honesty. Do not deceive yourself about what the problem is, and you must recognize it has been solved. All right, great advice. Stay above the battleground today in every possible way, every upset, every grievance, everything. It's been solved. You've been told. All right, let's see what a year of forgiveness has to tell us about lesson number 80. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. This is one of those lessons your ego just has a really hard time with. We want you to bring your attention to that saying often bandied about in your society, that the solution to the problem cannot be found in the same frequency or level of consciousness in which it was created. This is very similar to what this lesson states. If you stay down in the frequency of the problem, then you cannot find the solution. If you adamantly state the fact that the solution is already found, then you just have to allow your consciousness to drift up into the level of consciousness where that solution is. Logically, you can see that every problem has a solution. Things can be solved, obviously, but where is that solution in relation to the people who have the problem? It is out of their realm of consciousness. This is one of the concepts to think about as you do this lesson. Your level of consciousness right now is down around the problem frequency. And when we get you up around the solution frequency, you do not get to the solution frequency by banging around in the problem frequency. Aim your consciousness up, accept the problem as inevitably solved, and then find the solution. This is the truth. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. Short and sweet. It's all about your frequency. It's all about your level of consciousness. And this one, it sinks in. It gets to home pretty easily. We can only be wherever we are in our level of consciousness, but you can always use these lessons to fake it till you make it, push yourself into believing that your problems are solved, and imagine your consciousness just expanding and rising, and you'd be surprised the results that you get. I'm really feeling this morning, so I'm gonna run back into the retreat house and hang out with my soul family for a little bit before everyone disperses, and think of all of you today. I'm sharing all of this beautiful beginning of the day possibility energy with you, and I hope and pray for you that you do believe that your problems are being solved, and that you do believe that your consciousness is raising, and all you have to do is choose love. There's no reason to feel guilty or bad or unworthy. It's all good, man. It is all freaking good. I love you all. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.